Hello, Juliette. As from my research, you kind of the UC record holder for 4 different events.
Mm-hmm.
Could you kind of explain to us what the heptathlon and pentathlon are for those of us who aren't as familiar as you are with the events?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the pentathlon is the indoor event for the multi for the women. So it's a 1-day event consisting of 5 events. You start off the day with the 60-meter hurdles, and then you do high jump, shot put, long jump, and the 800. And then moving on to outdoor, we have the heptathlon, and that's a 2-day event. So we go hurdles, high jump, shot put, the 200, and then outdoor, or the next day you go to the long jump, javelin, and the 800.
Juliette, you got your second straight Big 12 indoor pentathlon title.
Mm-hmm.
Did your mindset or approach change when going for your second title as opposed to your first, and if so, how did it change?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely went into this past conference championships more relaxed, and I think that's what helped me put up the big score. Going into my past conference championships, I've been having to kind of fight for a place at nationals. I don't know if you guys know this, but for indoor, they take the top 16, and then for outdoor, they take the top 24 for the multi. So outdoor is definitely a little bit easier, but indoor is kind of cutthroat, and last year I got out by 1 point in one spot. So just having that secure spot from the Louisville PNC Lenny Lyles meet, I knew that, I could go in and win this with a calm mindset and just kind of doing what I know how to do.
So you mentioned there's 5 separate events, in one day. How do you make sure that you're prepared for each one since you're doing it all in one day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every week we have practice. We practice each event about 1 time a week. Maybe high jump or shot put we do 2 times a week just because those are the events that I tend to struggle with. But yeah, every event gets its own attention 1 time a week. And then leading into conference, the week of conference, we'll do Monday. We have high jump and shot put day, again, since those are my kind of weaker events. And then Tuesday is more relaxed, just a shakeout. And then we get to the facility on Wednesday, do another shakeout, high jump approach runs, and then Thursday I long jump and hurdle before the meet on Friday.
Hi, Juliette.
Hi.
So obviously 4-time high school state champion, back-to-back Big 12 record holder and champion. So the pentathlon is just so many different things going on, running, weight. How much, does your approach change through your time? What I'm trying to ask is how have you changed your approach through time through the different events?
Yeah, that's another good question. In high school, I was more of just a single event specialist, just focusing on each individual event. For example, in the high jump, in the open high jump, you win based on your misses or your makes. In the multi, that doesn't matter. You get points no matter how many misses or how many makes you have. And so going from that mindset of being so cutthroat, having to win the high school state championship by making sure I clear every single bar the first time versus going to, I can miss this 2 times and clear it on my last attempt and be fine. That's definitely changed a whole lot. And then in terms of my practice, I used to, I had 2 separate coaches, 3 really. My club coach who helped me with the sprints and the hurdles, my jumps coach who did all my high jump, long jump, triple jump, and then my high school coach who helped kind of facilitate my workouts, especially during outdoor season when I had to practice at my high school facility. And so going from kind of being thrown all over the place, driving 30 minutes, 45 minutes to go to one practice, and then back 30 minutes to go to a different practice, and then coming home at 9 p.m. Is definitely different than now where I have one coach for every single thing. And like I said for the last question, I do 1 event per week, which is not the same in high school where I did high jump 2 to 3 times a week and long jump 1 to 2 times a week and so forth.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
Got time for 2 more, Juliette? 2:10?
Yeah, that's fine. We can go a little longer. It's okay. Yeah.
Hi, so kind of looking at the bigger picture, you've won 2 back-to-back Big 12 titles. What do you think separates the championship level performances from good performances in those high pressure situations?
Yeah, I think maybe the biggest thing, especially looking at this past conference championship, is just the score that I put out. I mean, it was almost a 200-point difference from the meet that I had earlier in the year, and that level is what makes us the Big 12 and such a Power 4 conference. I was only 2 points away from tying the previous conference or the current conference championship record, and so that definitely just sets it apart of like that being such a hard meet versus other ones. And then also just the competition. Vanessa didn't end up competing, but she was ahead of me in the rankings for the Big 12 and is currently, I think, number 4 in the nation, and put that mark up pretty early. And so I knew going in, like, it was a possibility that she would compete, and I would have to be kind of on my A game and just go out there and do what I know how to do. And I don't really see a lot of those people at other meets as well, unless I'm in an open event.
Yeah, going into the NCAA championship, you'll be surrounded by some of your Big 12 peers, West Virginia, BYU, Oklahoma, among others. However, you'll also be joined by some cross-conference talent, Big 10, SEC. Talk to me about your outlook on some of these other competitors who you may have never seen or meet on a very infrequent basis, and if you have anybody particular on your radar.
Yeah, the multi is definitely different from other events, particularly the sprints events, because we're kind of like a family. I mean, we go through a grueling 1 to 2 days, and you kind of just get close to everyone and just make a lot of friends. So I believe almost everyone on the NCAA list I've competed with and currently follow them on social media and check in with them from time to time. So, it's nice to be around your friends, but then you also know, like, what they're capable of. The number one name that comes to mind is Megan Humphreys, and she's such a sweet girl, and I really like competing with her when she was at Texas, and now she's at Illinois. So she's sitting number 1 in the nation, just about 20 points ahead of me. And so that is definitely going to be, like, my biggest competition, but you can never count anyone out. I mean, I came out my freshman year and kind of blew open the waters a little bit at the conference championships and set a tone like, oh, I'm here, and although I'm a freshman, like, I can qualify for nationals. So anyone can do anything, especially in the multi. I mean, you can earn points in so many different ways. But Megan Humphreys and then, the other girls from Illinois, they're capable of a lot more. And, yeah, I'm really excited to see them and compete with them.
You got a follow-up?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that 2 seed has a target on your back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. And I think people are kind of looking at it like, oh, she has a lot more in the tank, especially for high jump. I mean, I only jumped 169 at the conference championships, and my PR is 178, which I did 2 years ago at my last indoor national championships. So, I mean, the point difference from 169 to 178 is huge. And I mean, that could put me over 4,500, close to 4,600. So, yeah, I think having that 2C definitely has a target on my back. And people also just know, like, although I was on that day, I still have a lot more that I can do.
I don't know, Juliette's got to go, but I want to point out one thing. You guys did exactly what I asked, which is research, give great questions.
Yeah.
But at a press conference, you also have to think of the overarching, what's something that we can say. So the question I think that you would probably get is, what's your mindset going into this weekend? Something really open-ended. So what would you say to that?
Oh, I've tried not to think too much about this weekend, but my mindset just going in is kind of the same one that I had at conference. Just be calm, because I perform really well when I'm not overhyped. And I mean, look at what I did at conference. So just calm and trust my coach, trust myself, and don't overthink anything. I tend to be an overthinker, but that's definitely my mindset, and just knowing that, I have that target on my back and I'm with the big dogs. I mean, I'm number 2. Going from 17 to number 2 in a year is insane. So, yeah, that's definitely my mindset going in.